Yo, what's going on, everyone? We are back with another reaction video. Thank you so much for stopping by today. The support truly means a lot. Today, I'll be checking out a highly requested video, and that video will be Canada's gun laws. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Because if it's anything like the U.S. out there, we don't need guns at all. We do not need guns at all. Take your behind to boxing lessons or taekwondo or jujitsu or whatever you want to do. I don't care. Wrestle, whatever. You don't need no guns, honestly. I feel like we need to focus more on using these rather than leave that to the police officers. For real. But like some of the police officers out here in America, they ain't got no common sense either, so they don't need no guns either. Half of these officers don't deserve their guns. Half of them don't deserve their badges either. And that's just for the U.S. police, half of them. I can't say that for, all these other countries. Because the police are way different. And the gun laws are way different. Which means the crime is way different. Matter of fact, the gun laws are probably the way they are because the crime is different. How's the crime in Canada in general? Someone tell me right now in the comments down below, how is the crime? Let's jump right into this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on. I don't want to be over here talking forever. Y'all clicked on this video for one reason and one reason only.
You might not think of Canada as a nation of gun lovers.
Right.
Oh, fuck!
Especially when compared to our neighbors to the south.
I love liberty, and firearms are an important tool in that.
But the reality is, among developed countries, Canada ranks as high as 5th in guns per capita.
Oh!
Even more surprising, the number of registered handguns and AR-15s owned by
Is it for hunting, though? Huh? Y'all got bears, y'all got deers, y'all got moose. Come on now.
Canadians has doubled
It's
in the
not
last
for humans,
10 years.
though. Out here, they buy
One
it for
explanation
humans.
could be the growing popularity of recreational shooting in Canada. People who take up shooting sports own guns simply for the fun of target shooting rather than hunting. But like many of my fellow Canadians, especially those of us living in cities, I'm pretty clueless about how our gun laws actually work. So, to experience Canada's gun laws firsthand, I'm going through the whole process of getting a firearms license and buying a gun in Canada.
I would love to do this, man.
My first stop is a gun store just outside of Toronto. Adam gives me the 101 on our laws.
So what brings you in today?
Well, I want to become a gun owner.
So basically in Canada, you're going to need to get a firearms license. It's called the Possession and Acquisition License.
I mean, without one of those licenses, I wouldn't be able to just come in here and purchase one of these guns.
No, of course.
Do you ever get that question? Like, do people ever come in here expecting to be able to buy a gun?
We get people who are more so surprised that you can own these types of firearms in Canada. So this is an AR-15.
Okay.
What do you need
This is a SL8. Is what we call a 1911.
It looks cool. I like the gold. What the fuck is that?
This is what's called a Chris Vector. It's a very interesting gun.
So what would you be using this for, other than, like, scaring people?
Generally, you don't want to scare people with your firearms. In Canada, we're really limited in terms of uses for firearms.
Yeah.
Right? You're either going to the range and having fun, or you're going hunting.
So there aren't people here who would be buying a gun for self-defense?
No.
Yes. Stop it. Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me now. Somebody that walked up in one of these gun shops, I'm not talking about his shop, but one of the shops in Canada, somebody definitely walked up in there and their intentions was, hey, let somebody try to rob my home. Come on. You can't tell me that everybody in Canada is a saint like that. If so, I'm packing my bags, man.
We don't have what are called like castle
People
laws
out
or
here walking
standard
around
ground
with
laws, if
melees
you're
and
familiar with those
everything.
terms at all from our neighbors to the south.
By stand your ground, Adam is referring to laws in more than 30 U.S. states that allow private citizens to shoot someone if they feel their lives are in danger. 22 states even extend these rights outside the home to any public place. By contrast, Canada's self-defense laws only allow for use of reasonable force, which is always left to a judge's discretion.
Oh,
With very few
goodness.
exceptions, it's basically never legal to shoot someone.
So we are here like this is a golf store. It's just a different sport.
So before you can even consider buying a gun in Canada, you've got to take a government safety course. But first, I'm heading to a range west of Toronto to check out a popular shooting sport called IPSC, where I'll try out shooting for the first time.
I just feel like I'm gonna suck. Like, of course I'm gonna suck.
Or you could do really well. IPSC
Why are you
is
doubting
International
yourself?
Practical Shooting Confederation. You shoot stages, you get classified, timed.
It was designed for law enforcement to boost their shooting skills. Now it's purely an athletic
Oh, yeah,
sport.
she a beast. Okay,
It combines athleticism with strategy as well as shooting. So that's three of the best things in the world, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I
he's
do
nice.
competitive shooting with my husband. We recently bought a bunch of guns, and apparently guns are like tattoos. Like, you just have to keep collecting them.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into shooting sports?
I follow a lot of people like in the Instagram, and girls very beautiful at shooting IPSC.
Do you have
Oh my gosh! You see the site on that thing?
In the
Talking
Insta-
about she's seen it on Instagram. The girls are beautiful with it, or the girls who have it got them beautiful. Whatever. What'd she say?
and girls very beautiful at shooting IPSC.
Do you have a lot of cool like gun photos on your Instagram?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I guess girls look cool with
This is
it.
my
Okay.
3-gun belt.
Jesus.
Shooting.
We
and
have to change your
everything.
shirt first.
If
You
you know
might
how
want
to
to do
handle
that,
it,
and
yeah.
then because everything gets tucked in, you have to tuck everything in
You want me to tuck these into my pants?
into your pants.
It's gonna look so whack. Okay.
This is not a fashion thing here. It's
okay.
yeah. Look at you are just now you're rocking it.
I'll feel more badass with the holster.
absolutely.
Is it gonna hurt?
Not at all.
Sweet, just have a loaded gun on me.
No, you don't. Never hand a reporter a loaded gun.
Wow.
Up. Okay. Now we've got one round.
She thought she had
You
that
just
thing
squeeze,
loaded.
Like, get that
No,
front
you
sight
don't.
on, and squeeze the trigger. There you go.
That's an alpha.
Alpha.
There's no way that I could like fuck up and like kill someone, right?
If you
Like-
turned around, aimed the gun at someone and shot them, yes. I've had people shoot the gun, throw it, and run.
Yeah.
So you didn't do that. Yeah.
Thanks, guy.
Okay. This is an AR-15. Flick the bad. Push it down. There you go. It's loaded. Okay. There's more. There's got more.
Okay. So this gun has kind of a bad reputation, as you may
Oh, yes.
know.
Absolutely.
Do you think it's justified?
Absolutely not. It's like, why are lots of Honda Civics used by drunk drivers? Because many people drive Honda Civics.
Right.
The AR-15 is the most popular gun in North America.
Do you think that Canada should have more American-style gun laws?
You can't say American system.
All right.
If you actually look at the American system, it's down to a county level. Canada has an advantage. We say federal.
John's right about American gun laws being complicated. They vary widely across the country. 43 states don't require permits to buy long guns, and 36 states don't require permits for handguns. There are no magazine capacity restrictions in 42 states, no background checks at gun shows or online in 31 states, and at least 12 states even allow unregulated open carry of handguns.
Yeah.
In Canada, it's just one set of laws for the whole country. You need training and a license to buy any gun. Semi-auto rifles, like the AR, are limited to 5 rounds, and handguns are limited to 10. Only about 7 U.S. states have laws that compare to Canada's. Do you think that Canada should loosen some of its gun laws?
The ones that are a waste of time, having firearms that are good firearms and bad firearms.
Okay, like restricted.
Restricted, prohibited, non-restricted. There should be licensing, mental health screening, background checks. That all makes some sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm on the range. I don't want you untrained. I want you trained because I'm standing next to you. So it's safer for us if you're trained.
Did I even hit any of them?
Oh, you shot that way.
Yeah.
shot
A few
that
weeks
way.
later, I've completed my firearms safety course. Due to privacy, I wasn't allowed to film inside my classroom, but I'm going to see Sherry Sadowskis, the chief firearms instructor in Ontario, to talk about the government course every Canadian has to pass.
You learn your social responsibilities as a firearms owner. Essentially, what it is in classroom time and practical handling. You have what type of firearm in front of you there?
Lever action.
Lever action. Very good. I'd like you to prove it safe.
So, safety is on. Clear.
Wait. Like, what are we
Clear.
doing?
Load 2 rounds into that firearm, please.
Okay. It was certainly a lot easier than my driving test. Oops, I went too far.
I don't know if it's easy. It depends on the person, right? It's like writing any test.
Okay.
Have you done the prep toning?
I mean, I'm outing myself here, but I didn't open the study guide. And then I ended up getting 94 on the written.
Good, great for you. And that's probably because you have good instructors. You kept your finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard. These are all the things that we teach in the class, so you did a good job.
Before I can buy anything, I still have to apply for my Canadian gun license, my PAL. So I've received my possession and acquisition application form. During the past 2 years, have you experienced a divorce, a separation, a breakdown of a significant relationship, job loss, or bankruptcy? Honestly, I wish I had a breakup to be grumpy about. Lucky me, I don't have to provide any of this information. This is making me feel really sad about my life right now. And now it wants my references.
Nah, you don't.
Hey, what's up?
Okay,
So you want to buy a gun?
Yeah. How do you feel about me being a gun owner?
You seem pretty responsible to me and non-violent.
No, I actually think it's a terrible idea. Don't do it.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because people who have guns get shot.
I feel like that's mostly like criminals, though, or people who have like illegal guns. So I just need people who've known me for at least 3 years. He or she cannot be my conjugal partner.
I said, you get shot without a gun. It's that mouth, running that mouth. Actions get you in trouble, and there is consequences. There are consequences in this world. Some people handle things differently, man. Some people ain't giving warnings. They done been through too much in life to give a warning to the next person. Sometimes you gotta just leave people alone, cause you never know. That might just be it. You might just be that last reason. You might, yeah.
So,
Not yet.
it's never too late.
Can I shoot it sometimes?
So you have to get a license to own it, but yeah, we can totally go shooting together. We should.
Cool.
That actually sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
You wasn't even
though
with it.
many of the same notorious guns allowed in the US are available in Canada, it takes a lot longer to buy your first gun.
In Canada, the licensing regime is extremely strict. We are the most scrutinized individuals in the country. There's a whole process to getting a license. Your spouse has to sign off on it, mental health history, but you also get a criminal record check every day. And a firearms owner in Canada is the only citizen in this country that gets a criminal record check every day.
Do you guys think that it's unfair?
Unfair? No, because we're law-abiding people. I've got nothing to hide. You can check my background. You can run me through CPIC every day, and I'm okay with that. It encourages you. You have a lot to lose.
PAL holders were, 2/3 less likely than the general population to commit any crime, even property crime, because you have people so in touch with the law, in touch with regulation, and making sure they're always compliant.
We're just everyday people who kind of have an extraordinary hobby.
At a range just outside of Ottawa, Tracy is going to show me her
man.
favorite shooting sport. Ooh. Long-range target practice.
It's a Remington Model 700.
How far can this gun shoot?
Over 1 kilometer. And this is the ammunition, 338 Lapua. So they're big rounds. It's hard with my nails, but that's the price you pay.
Nice. Is it going to be loud?
Yeah.
Ow.
You want to give it a try?
3, 2, 1.
How was that?
I did not enjoy that. I just instinctively started to walk towards the parking lot because I found it to be just too aggressive for me. Is that weird?
No, that's perfectly normal. And here's the thing, is you just shot the beast. So everything you shoot from here on out is going to seem like a baby gun.
21 million guns in Canada. There's 2 million licensed gun owners. And we think around 2 million more people that are in peaceful possession of a firearm that don't have a license. Yet we don't have the shootings.
Rod argues that America's problem with guns is due to a number of complex factors, but the basic facts are pretty grim. In an average year, there are about 160 gun-related homicides in Canada, compared to more than 11,000 in the US. Even adjusted for population, the gun homicide rate is still 7 times higher per capita in the US than it is here. Canada does have a slightly higher rate of gun homicide compared to our peers, but when developed countries are grouped together and compared to the US, no other Western nation even comes close. Unlike in Canada, many Americans consider being armed a birthright. To get a better understanding of the differences between Canadian and American gun cultures, I joined the National Rifle Association.
Free duffel bag, what up?
Now I'm heading to the annual NRA convention, the largest gathering of gun owners in the entire world, in Louisville, Kentucky this year. More than...
See, it's cool. You know, when you go hunting and you want to collect them and show them off at these conventions, but nah. Can't be taking people's lives with them. That's not what we do, man. In America, freedom is being able to own a firearm. In my mind, I don't feel safe at all when I leave the house every day. I'm being 100% honest with y'all, man. I leave this house every day. I'm in the suburb area now, and I still feel like I live in the ghetto, and every day I look over my shoulder as if I live some type of kingpin life, and I don't. I live in the suburbs. I'm a suburban child. I'm in the suburbs, man. I ain't getting in trouble. Last trouble I got in was throughout school. We ain't getting in trouble no more, man. I'm still looking over my shoulder like, I want to move. I want to move out of the state. America is crazy. Like, these people out here don't care. As soon as they turn, oh my goodness, as soon as they turn 21, the first thing they want to do is go ahead and get their gun license. It's ridiculous. Out here, the freedom is being able to own a firearm. In my mind, the freedom is not having to own a firearm. Let's walk around with peace. People got firearms on them. They walk around with melee weapons on their hip as well. Then they got tasers on them, pepper spray. Like, why are we walking around like we're going in war or something? Like, we're getting ready for combat. It don't make no sense. These people real life be walking around like they are training or something. I'm like they some soldiers. Walking around with 15 years on their hip. And that's just without you shooting a gun. You got the gun on you. Most of these people don't even got a license for the gun, first of all. Then you got a melee weapon on you. Now, in the U.S., you can have a melee weapon on you as well, but it depends. If it goes past, if it's longer than your finger, listen, again, how does that make sense? If it's longer than your middle finger, it's illegal. Now, as a kid, I learned that in school, and I've always thought, like, well, how does that make any sense? Because they're telling us that, yeah, just put the blade, next to your middle finger, and if it's longer than your middle finger, it's illegal. But we all have different size fingers, so that doesn't make any sense. So how many inches does it have to be? Like what? 4, 6 inches?
80,000
like
NRA members are here to attend a trade show
illegal?
the size of 2 massive airplane hangars,
starting there?
and to hear Donald Trump and other right-wing personalities deliver pro-gun speeches.
We talk about Paris,
We don't need them.
or we talk about San Bernardino. If they knew there were guns in the room, it might not have happened.
You're here at the NRA show. I would guess the majority of people here are armed today. You're seeing some people openly carry firearms on the floor. That's not creating panic. That's not creating discord or disorder. To most NRA members, and I am this way, it's not about guns. I don't love guns. What do I love? I love freedom. It's a symbol in and of itself. It's a stand-in for a bigger idea.
Okay, what do you think is freedom, generally?
Yeah,
Okay.
liberty.
Liberty.
Do you know anything about gun laws in Canada?
Obviously, you find folks do not have the ensconced right to keep and bear arms in your Constitution that we do. I think that that's a denial of a basic human right, quite frankly. I think it's a natural right, and in my worldview, a God-given right.
Are you generally armed?
I'm armed every day.
Yeah.
But I'm not always armed with a gun.
Okay.
Okay, I have a knife, I have a Kubaton, I have a taser, I have a stun gun.
You see what I'm talking about? This is the one you need to be worried about. What did I just say? This is the one, and this is a female. This is a woman. So hostile. Well, it's for self-defense, but you see, she got these things for humans, not no bear. Not for no hobby. She's walking around with it. Not every day with a firearm. You might not get popped one day, but hey, you might get pepper sprayed. You might get tased. Man, come on now. She got it all on her.
I have, you name it. The reason that I opened the Women's Shooting Academy was because 2 men tried to kidnap my 10-year-old daughter and throw her in the trunk of a I have a knife, I have a Kubaton, I have a taser, I have a stun gun, I have, you name it. The reason that I opened the Women's Shooting Academy was because 2 men tried to kidnap my 10-year-old daughter and throw her in the trunk of a car. And when I called the police, they did not come. So I realized that I'm it. I am it.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. My number one fear for all females is getting harassed by men. Like, I despise y'all, man. You watching this and you one of them weirdos, I despise you, man. Click off my video. I don't like them people that want to stalk females and stalk girls. You want to talk to them, you want to touch them, you want to kidnap them. You want to take it to the further, you want to take it to the extreme, should I say, and I don't want to say the word. If you have a legit reason like how this lady has in trauma, like how she has, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And the police didn't show up?
I am my first responder. And if I asked you this question, what is your safety worth? Because I asked you that question and you said it's worth everything.
Yeah.
So my second question to you is, what are you doing about it?
I mean, to be perfectly honest, on a day-to-day basis, I don't think about it.
So I want to take you to a place that you think about it every day.
Then aren't you sort of encouraging people to live in a state of fear or potentially paranoia?
No, absolutely not. The farthest thing from fear and paranoia. It's called being prepared. If you rape me, game on.
That's my fear right there. That word, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. I would hate for that to happen to any female. And let me tell you something, no. That's exactly why I can't go nowhere. I can't go nowhere with my mom, with my girlfriend, with my little sister, with any of my family members. I can't go nowhere without some type of protection. I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. The place I come from, it's not about where you grow up from, because you move out of there for a reason to get away. Move to the better. Nobody want to be in that. The people that want to live that type of bad life just want to live that type of bad life. They have nothing going for them. They need to stay with that negativity. But you move away into the suburbs and get away from it because you had better opportunities. You got out. But you still need to keep protection with you. And I had to learn that a couple times. We got some crazy people, and not everybody is willing to throw the hands with you. I don't care how much you train. I don't care how much you train, how much you fought throughout your life. Listen, I trained boxing, I trained wrestling, I trained karate, which was whack. No disrespect to all my karate people, but maybe my sensei was whack. but I did boxing for a couple years. I studied karate a little bit. I studied wrestling. This is things you gotta learn, you know, self-defense. This is like things you need to learn. How to protect yourself. Then you could teach your kids. You could teach your loved ones as well. Be able to protect them. Feel comfortable.
I'm not going to die at your hands unless it's God's will. And if it's God's will, then it's my day to die anyway.
That's right. That's right. That's the way to go out,
Despite the fact that mass shootings get most of the media coverage in the U.S., they only make up a tiny percentage of overall gun homicides. In Canada, they are so rare that no official source keeps track of them. And in 16 of the worst recent mass shootings in the U.S., a majority of guns used were bought legally with a federal background check, even though half the shooters had criminal histories or documented mental health problems the system did not uncover. This is one red flag the Canadian system is designed to catch.
The criteria that we use to determine whether someone gets a firearms license is based on, do they have a criminal history, mental illness, violence, threats, or attempted violence?
Let's say that someone was to self-report that they have issues with mental illness, that they have depression. Would that automatically disqualify them?
No, it doesn't automatically, but it triggers us to do some more inquiries. It's not just you're battling depression, you're elevating the risk to yourself or others based on your condition, that you might do something harmful to yourself or somebody else.
In fact, of the more than 2,300 gun licenses revoked in Canada every year, over 1/3 are due to mental health-related reasons. Perhaps most shocking, of all annual gun deaths, the vast majority are suicides, more than all other causes combined.
Suicide by firearm has been the elephant in the room. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Basically, firearms have been my life. So, 2014, I was actually taken off work for a major depressive episode. And my license was up for renewal.
I don't blame them.
They had to go a step further.
They protected you
and
too.
that step further was an interview with me. And they contacted my ex-wife and asked her if I was a threat to myself or to anybody else. And she said no, never have been. And I got the help I needed. Then my license was renewed with no problems.
I like that.
It seems like the Canadian system is doing its best to prevent
Gotta take care of
tragedies
yourself,
before they
man.
happen. If it saves lives, maybe waiting a few extra weeks for a license isn't such a bad thing.
And open the action.
Finally, nearly 7 weeks after sending my application in, I received my PAL from the government.
This shit took a while.
That's a serious photo.
I know.
Looks pretty badass.
I look like I'm gonna shoot someone. I had the most fun with the lever action rifles.
Oh, let's look at that one. Okay. Henry Big Boy.
You think I should get the Henry Big Boy again?
Yeah, Aid's got the best name.
Don't even have to give it a name. It just has the sickest name already. So yeah, just picked up a gun from the post office. It was extremely easy, though I do look a little bit suspicious. Like this box isn't exactly subtle.
Though it feels strange to be able to buy a gun online so easily, I had to spend $210 and wait over
Like, I'm looking at the way she holding the package. Like, why is you walking through? Why is you just walking through the area like that? Like, with the package at your fingertips. Somebody could snatch that real quick. I'm just looking at the way she walking, and I'm like, yeah, you walking lick. Like, somebody could snatch that packet and run off on you. Gone. You gotta, hold it like a football. Hold it like a football. Hug it.
$2 months for the privilege. This might be the main reason why Canada's gun laws seem to work. Anybody who is willing to go through the hassle of figuring out the system and jumping through all the hoops is probably more likely to be responsible with their gun.
Right, that is
We need
true.
some ammunition, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just like so eager now.
It's an exciting time in a young lady's life, huh? Their first lever action. So caliber 357 Magnum and 38 Special.
Maybe like one box of each.
I will need to see your PAL. Have it right at the ready. I like that. So we'll lock this up right now for you.
Okay. Are you allowed to show me how to load it? No, right?
I can show you how to load it. We're not going to load it here. Again,
Okay.
firearms and ammunition only mix on the range.
Okay.
Nice.
Sweet.
Oh my God, you're good.
When you're
Okay,
ready.
let's do it. Whoa.
You hit it.
Cool.
How do you feel?
Oh, she's a beast.
I really liked it.
Yeah?
Loved
Oh
it.
yeah, she know what she's doing.
Felt powerful. I didn't really understand the appeal, like why people would cling to their guns. Not saying I'm gonna cling to a gun now, but it was fun.
She has the perfect attitude of a gun owner. I'm not gonna lie. It's just nonchalant. You can't even tell her next move, man. You can't tell if she is happy or sad. She's just nonchalant right in the middle, man.
So having known nothing about guns before, do you feel any differently
She was
now
hitting them
about
shots.
guns?
I think I feel less scared of them. But you have to buy all of this shit, and you have to probably have a car because you can't do this anywhere in Toronto.
That's kind of how I feel about golf.
Yeah.
Or skiing, similar.
Snowboarding, exact
Yeah.
same thing. It's like you have to get up there, and then by the end,
It's
you're
expensive,
so cold.
yeah.
You have to be really passionate about it.
Now having shot one, I want one, kind of. Like I'll go home tonight and I won't have one and I'll think,
That's intense.
So are Canada's gun laws responsible for our lower rate of shootings? It's tough to say for sure, since gun violence is influenced by so many factors, such as poverty, drug laws, crime, even education and healthcare. But at least in Canada, where we don't have a God-given Second Amendment, reasonable people on both sides of the gun debate agree that background checks, safety training, and mental health screening are all just common sense. From licensing to transporting to storing your gun, there are so many rules. It was fascinating to see that, but for someone like me, it's just not worth the trouble, which is why I decided to resell my rifle a few weeks later.
I feel like I've been asked that question, like when I was down in the US, when you want this to protect yourself. And it's just like, no, I'd never think about that in my daily life.
I guess I have like a hockey stick.
That's because it's too big. That's when you lower it. Get your little pistol. You guys let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this video, and do you guys personally own firearms yourself, and do you guys have your license? If you own a firearm and don't have your license, please don't tell me. Please do not put that in the comments. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn all post notifications on if you enjoyed this video. And thank you so much for the 1,000 subscribers, man. We hit that big 1K, and we will be grinding every single day. Daily uploads will continue. We will continue the daily uploads, and they will not stop, man. I promise. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay safe, and feel free to share this video and this channel to your friends and family members. Go ahead and send it off. And tell them we on the road to that big 2K. Yeah, we on the road to that big 2K now.